Hello, today is Sunday, and so good evening. Good evening, Chiwempala, and good afternoon here in Calgary and several other people on different time zones. We are on mountain time here, and so mountain time means that we are at 13:31, 1:31 p.m. Those that are in different time zones, they are also on different times, because sometimes when I come live, question is being asked is what time is it there and what time is it where you are. Okay, I know that we cater for a huge diversity of time zones, right? And so I want to know, what is the time where you are receiving us from? Excuse me. What is your time where you are? Mine is 13:32. What is your time where you are? Okay. If you are in Japan, I think it's already morning the following day, Monday. Here it's Sunday. If you are in Australia, because some are in Australia for some good reason, I don't know why, but there are some Australians that listen to us. And so it is Monday morning in Australia already. Imagine. Okay. Here in Calgary, it's 1:33. My name is Elias Munsha, and I'm coming to you live from Calgary, Alberta, from my home office. And so today, because it's Sunday, I'm in my Ndikunganda. All these other days, kublu war, office. No, but today I'm inside my home. I came back from church, Kwachuamak church. Alamwandi ni fakupente church, kulawama, even number messages, you feel like after you attend a Pente church, you feel like you can do anything because of the amount of motivation, and that spirit yakovati. I can do anything. That's the good thing with being a Pente church. All right. So that's where I came from. Now I'm here because there is something, and we can't just sleep on this issue. No, we must talk about it today. We must talk about it today because it's extremely important for us to leave it to the next day. So we've got to deal with it today. Those of you that can do this. Now, Facebook has stars. So while I'm talking, panga fyama commenta pa yo kontumina masters, because TV bakwetu requires stars. Come on. So find stars and send us some stars. The other thing that you can do is on your Facebook, as you are listening to us on YouTube or anywhere else, you can share so that other people that are in your network can see okwebati nach diva, because abantu tabafuwa yoko tajidivide. So kufuaya different ways and means ukuba this station is dive. So aba kuchidivisha ni mwebo. So you spread the word around everywhere. Ukwebati ukwefintu fide chitika niku TV bakwetu. That's why we are here. Are we here to speak to one person? No, we are here to speak about cha diva, speaking to thousands and thousands. We will shine. Mwandi ni fintu fimoku chitafie kuba fair in your estimation. Not to kuchita exaggerate at thousands and thousands. If you are speaking to 10 people, it's okay. You shouldn't begin exaggerating. Anyway, so please spread the word around and share it. And you also like our page, because this Munsha page and our YouTube channel, it requires we are still receiving more and more and more and more likes. So please do. This is a deliberate appeal. Each and every like, each and every follow, each and every subscription matters. It's important. We've grown to where we are now because of you. And so aleni bane inoni page yenu Hapo ni page yenu. Ukuchitashani. You spread the word around. Ukuchitako invite abantu. You know? Go to where it requires to invite. No, ukuchita invite. Just keep inviting people, as many as possible. We welcome everyone except tribalists. Those two people, tatumfuana. Our tribalists, Navanshova. Those two people we block. Otherwise, everyone else is welcome. PF Kadas, Shanshani, they are all my relatives. They are all welcome. So the reason why we must talk about this is it's very important because it comes down to how we are going to govern our country. Today, in Kasempa, it appears like the vice president was in Kasempa, Northwestern Province. And so while she was there, she got very excited when she saw the crowd of people. And so she started dishing out cash to the crowd. And so people that were able to observe, they saw that the vice president of the Republic of Zambia personally. Now, I want you to see how messed up this thing is. It's not that the vice president has sent someone else to go and dish out cash. She is the one who, cash. And then she takes the cash and begins distributing to the people along the road. Now, the reason why that is problematic, okay, apart from just principles, the reason why it is problematic is because it's broad daylight, clear corruption. We shouldn't even beat around the bush at Yom Kwai Chirifie. It is corruption. When in a society, you have politicians who go and personally dish out cash to the people they're meeting along the way. That is corruption. It's corrupt. It's moral bankruptcy. Why are we saying that? The first question that we need to ask ourselves as a country is, where is the vice president getting the money that she is personally distributing to the public? That's a very important and fair question. Where is the vice president getting the money? Peter C. Mainga. I see that Peter C. Mainga has sent me a master's. No, these are not. Imweba Peter Mainga. Vinabwera mochedwa. This is not the kind of stars I'm talking about. Peter Mainga. I think Facebook wants you to buy the stars. That's where the tricky part is. Nothing for free. So even Facebook wants you to buy stars and then you send me stars. That's not fair. Anyway, now Mama Peter Mainga. Imowa Buluwand. You have to buy stars from Facebook, then you send them to me. Okay. The reason why there is an issue here with what the vice president is doing is because the question is simple. Where have you gotten the money from? Money does not just fall from the sky at miracle money. So when a vice president of the republic nasendakasaka kandarama elo nombale to distribute to people that are watching her rallies, where is she gotten that money from? Okay, where has she gotten that money from? So there are several possibilities. One, you can say that she has ended. All right, she works, and so out of her salary, she has decided to go at a rally, no which to distribute to rupiah. Explanation number one. Explanation number two is that she runs some businesses. If you're Malanji, Honorable Joseph Malanji, a crook, okay? Now, Honorable Joseph Malanji is one of the most famous crooks in our country. He's a mafia. He's a thief. And since he's a minister of foreign affairs, so age like any mieve okwabula n'okumpita mu mbali okuba ti bamalanji ni bakruku ni bakerenka ni bakabwalala fyonse efyo mumba tontonkanya pali bamalanji efyo baba. Aye. So is either the vice president ends it through her salary or she runs a business. What sort of business? Like Malanji's business, helicopter business. So she's earning money through the helicopter business. All right. The third possibility is that for the vice president to be distributing cash, it means then that she has well wishers. Abantu feba mwaba batemwa bawina okweba tuwe wina twakutemwa alenomba sendaga kasaka kandalama, go and distribute to the people of Kasemba. That is where the issue is. Where do you think the vice president gets this money from? I think the fourth possibility is that the Bank of Zambia has printed money, which it has given to all these government PF cadres to go and distribute. All right? That's a very remote thing. Now, even if all these four possibilities were possible, still, distributing cash is still corrupt. The reason is there is no tracking of where the money has gone. It opens the vice president up to not only corruption, but also money laundering. Meaning somebody has corruptly gotten cash from selling drugs or selling whatever it is. Elo bapela ba vice president, elo ba vice president, ba station, ba shishita distribute kubantu. Buying goodwill by use of money that is suspected, reasonably suspected, to be proceeds of crime. When we say that the money is reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime, it does not have to be, it does not have to reach beyond a reasonable doubt. No. Garautila, a vice president, nakwata akasaka kandalama. Already, the question is, that money is reasonably suspected to be a proceed of crime. Kayanshi cash akasaka millions of kwacha ako vice president akwete to distribute to the people. That is not right. Okay? And so we are appealing to her honor the vice president to stop these bad manners. All right? Because these bad manners are opening her up to corruption, to theft, and to accusations of money laundering. As a senior citizen, Alakote, of 80 years old, wonderful age of 80 years old, we do not expect her to be behaving in this manner. She is a grandmother of the nation. She is not supposed to be moving no to Saka to Andalam and then distributing and corrupting people in that manner. We want to see Abakote to be leading by example. Abate kanya no muchinji. Abakote abakwebati tabare sabaira yo. Eva to the So we are extremely disappointed ukwebati the vice president of the Republic of Zambia, Abakote, was distributing money today to potential electorates in violation of the law, in violation of common sense, and inviting upon herself these unfair accusations. Bantu, what we expect from Abakote is omuliro chingiri agakote daocha. What that means is when gamuleo nto omuliro ero agakote kari kuntanshi kachingo omuliro, it cannot affect the young ones that are behind her. Muchinshu chibemba chapera kubakote. Muchinshu, our Zambian tradition and culture has given kutukote. No mecho tuwasango kwebate, the vice president of the Republic of Zambia, Abakote, she is in the forefront of corruption. It's a very sad situation. Now, it is not just her, because in that picture, you can see very well that she was with Minister of Foreign Affairs, Malanji, Joseph Malanji. So Honorable Joseph Malanji is very famous. Oh, pera. Niba Malanji Chipelepele. He's a very, very generous. Who cannot be generous? Ngoleiba. Mwalimona po kabuala loja wa generous mwebo. Extremely generous. So Honorable Malanji decided to donate an Isuzu double cab vehicle to a UPND member of parliament. Donated it in June 2020. December 2020, then he went and reported to the police, and the police swung into action and grabbed it back. So it appears like there is a clear pattern here of Honorable Malanji donating things to people, cars, and the recipient of that Isuzu was actually a UPND member of parliament for Katuba, Honorable Aubrey Kapalasa. So he's the one who received that double Isuzu. And so Honorable Malanji went back for it and grabbed it back. The reason is simple. When somebody gives you, under the law, there is nothing like free gifts just for free. I want you to get this very well. Now, she learned about kitchen parties. When you go to a kitchen party, a stove. It's a gift. Number. If somebody pay a stove, it's not. It's a gift or anything like that. The law, all right? What it means is you are just a trustee of that property under the law. And the law will support them. The reason is there was no consideration for that property. There was nothing that you did in return for that property. So because of that, the law presumes that a person who gives you a stove wants to buy something from you. And if you don't give whatever they are buying from you, they can come and get it. That is the law. So I know this matter is in court, but it's very unlikely that Kapalasa or his wife is going to succeed. Because omwine wa Isuzu nakana ati nakwashime kofie. And when I gave you so because of that that is what the law says, the law of gifts. So all the gifts that you've ever received in your life, mwashukire nicho tababwerere abene but ngababwera abene mupoka fiabo. You see that? There is just nothing that is just a gift. This is why when we hear President Lungu and Vice President Wina saying that they've got people that are just giving them cash, no, there is nothing like that. Nobody gives the president money just because they like the president. What are they trying to buy in return? Political donations are not innocent. There is something that these people are trying to buy off you. If the vice president has a whole sack of money that she accesses, here is the question. Who are the people that are giving her that money? And for what reason are they giving her that money? And who are these people? The vice president of our country is a public servant, political leader, a servant of the people, second in command. If anything goes wrong, Nabalungu, she takes over. We are interested in knowing where the cash and the money are coming from. Because it could be proceeds of crime, or it could be from the people that the government has corruptly awarded all these tenders that we have seen from the money that they've borrowed, Kaloba. That is why we are concerned. And that is why we are asking that people do the right thing. So now, Malanji truly has gone back to get the Isuzu. But we've seen that Malanji has been donating a lot of cars everywhere. Where does Malanji get the money from? All right. The same questions we were asking about Her Honor the Vice President. We are asking, where does the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs get the money from to distribute all over the place? To distribute property, like hard assets, like a vehicle. A vehicle is a hard asset worth thousands and thousands of kwachas, right? That's what it is. Where is Malanji getting the money from? You could tell me that he's a businessman. That is a businessman. Now, everybody who has ever run anything in Zambia, a genuine businessman, they know exactly that ngawafumia one Isuzu double cab from your company. From the profits. How much is a double Isuzu double cab? 50,000? 50,000 is a small vehicle. 100,000? 200,000 kwacha? So, which means Oyumuntu Malanji, ala running a business here ati pa nono kuchafunia po 200,000 afumia aya pela any person that he wants to give. When we are asking these questions, we are not trying to be jealous. It's not about that I'm going to remove we are jealous. We are asking very pertinent question. When you are a public servant, you are accountable to the people of Zambia. You can't just have so many assets all of a sudden. Let's distribute everywhere, and we can't question it. Ni business in Shia kwebati apela kapalasa 200,000 kwacha worth of a vehicle. 200,000, eh? Nabambi areva pera, ashta na helicopter and everything else. Here is the question: where is that money coming from? The event that happened today with Mama Wina is just one of the events in the series, because Malanji has been distributing cash. Na Solwezu last week, he was in Solwezi distributing cash. Atukuya sanga feba na market. Okuwapela 600,000 kwacha bana market. Okuya kumwini lunga na kokuine aya bapera. Ikelengi abapera. Lero ni kukasempa abapera. I don't know kumbyuko akaya na kuzambezi na kuka bompo konse. Kuliva bululu shesu, luvales, chokways, luchazis, vakaonde. All these alefu kuvapera. The question is simple. Where has the money come from? This is the lack of seriousness in the patriotic front. Takwaba muleteke ichalo. Aine. Ichalo chili broke. Ichalo, it's broke. Elo imumwema ministers of foreign affairs. You are swimming in so much money that kumlefu kotola pofie. Mulefu miyaku isolu pia mweho. Tevivile. Mwishoku ipusha. Ndefa munja fuirisheko. Chiwempala. Bushe ninduba. I don't want anyone else to answer. Imwe. Mwevena chiwempala. Mndefa munja fuirisheko. Bushe ninduba. In asking this question, but our country is broke. We can't hire teachers. University lecturers have not been paid. Councils takwa wolupia kuchipata. Chipata District Council, Milenge District Council, Mufulira District Council, Chingola Municipal Council, Kitwe City Council, takuli ulupia. Our country is broke. Indalama ijalunda ba kongola ba lungu. Billions and billions of kwacha. But if you would interest on it. Now, how come our country is broke, but Malanji, Vice President Wina, Nawa Sakakandalama in chief, Bena, they have money? Balance me on that one. Tell me. My businessmen. Ati ma businessman kanji ba lungu ni ba businessman. Malanji ni ba businessman. Bowman Lusambo ni ba businessman. Ain. Nathan Chanda na bobene ni ba businessman. Bakula a very wonderful police post ku Luansha. Mama, a very wonderful police post Kulowansha, and he calls it after himself. At now Unanko in Nishani ni businessman. Atabu would fear something from his business, Akula police post. How come? The country is broke. How do these political operatives have so much money? It is because they are thieves. If in the land that they panga to you, it's a very complicated things. If you go over there, no. Munyumba mulibe ndarama iyai. Munyumba mulibe ndarama. Manje bamakali wano bachosa kuti ndarama. Ngaimwe simunga weluze. Simunga weluze kuti uyu ni makali wano. Tete mumone ukweba ati kulifiru bene that is happening here. It's extremely sad. It's extremely sad. And we are not going to stop talking about it because leadership matters. The way leaders are behaving matters a lot. You can have the country's foreign minister. Ale kaika fiolupia, nasenda motoka, mudiulupia motoka, ale bula mofie. And you think that that is a normal way to govern a country? To inspire confidence in an economy. Ni chowe obale bomfia Malanji. Obale bomfia. To corrupt everybody else. It's a corrupt mafia style of leadership. If you bateke fiyo, if you take a balungu ba Wina na ba Malanji, if you bateke chalwe fi. Fiama dongo dongo. They've destroyed the country. Saladi mtengo, ubungo mtengo, fuel takuli mwebo. All this. Economic fundamentals. We are not dealing with economic fundamentals. We are just dealing with umtengo wa saladi. How come mweba kweto lupia tamweze sheko umtengo wa saladi? Tamubiki lefintu in place ukuba umtengo wa saladi uwere. Lelo. Mule kaika fio lupia konsoko mwaya. Nishi, what is going on? Mulibango. Ni mweba kabwalala. Mashodi. That's the only logical conclusion that we can come up with. There is no other rational explanation or alternative to this. Bungo. Because if this government really cared about umutengo wa saladi, umutengo wa bunga, umutengo wa transport, umutengo wa cement, umutengo wa fuel, it would have done things if it is sensible if yakovati economy ya lungika. Nomba tapadi efyo bachitire mwebo. Yonse ishimpia bale Kongo lati baya mkukule fintu mwakuibira fiolo pia epera. Nomba baiba bakula kule fintu na makana mano fiapera. That is why we are facing this situation. That's why we are facing this situation. Nomba ganji kula chitafi konsoko baya bachitashani, they draw from the money that they've been stealing from the people of Zambia. Force contracts. Abantu abe nabali mu government ebale ipela ama contracts ukuchitefi ndu vya madongo dongo. It's very sad. It's extremely regrettable. And it's not that the people of Zambia have no choice. Here is what you can do. When Malanji brings you an Isuzu, say no. Kumweba tawa mkwai. If you peta tulevuaya yo, because na mumu ikatira poko watu yu, nikerenka, mwela waki yeye. Efe tulanda kika onde, mwela waki yeye. Ati mwela vyo pitana. Tapadi, okuwa lolo mwela, eko balola wa Malanji. So, if yaku beba, nga waku pera motoka, kuka na wikesha, kukusumi na motoka ya kwa Malanji. Akesa apoka. So nombe fia kumweba. Tawa wemwe umekanshi, umpere kofie. Cash. Because cash yena kutuinga kupera, wayashita mo salad, nga wadi ya salad, kushe kuta isa apoka, tetia isa apoke iyo. So eicho bane, nshiremyeko ko bati ululupia tete mupoke icho ndela ndacha ko bati nga muapoko ululupia ai musalia mano on August the 12th mukasalia mano mukabachaye don't kubeba because the ululupia lupia lwenu bayi bamwebo bamwibira olupia kanshi nga bamuletera iyo pokeni ulupia ifipefia na muikatako yo bantu bakesa mupokolo nefipe Malanji akachita amipela Isuzu elo nomba aisa mukupoka ayaye bakapokola tiyo mko pano panganda na palo ba Isuzu ati pano panganda na palo befipe elo bakapokola baya mukufuaya fuaya baisanga bapoka bambuwese sha iwati yo walimpere akakana fyatiwe na kuperere kwi nombolo pia tapali. That is what is needed to be done as far as this is concerned. I saw the video of the video of the Hatembos. I followed it very closely. The video of the Hatembos, of the Hatembo family, the brother and sister. You see, and I got a critical evaluation. So I looked at the video and the way the Hatembos are behaving. Tanto, you don't need to be a forensic scientist. Ofwire fyokuba fye uwakumirenge nangu wakuchwa impala. Na saa mona video ilianje bere parichimo. Mwamu no bwafya bulipo pari ile video na na milondolwera wino. Mwara papa sana ngana milondolwera pari ile video. But it appears like you people are not sending stars. Okay, let me say this stars thing again. You go to Facebook, you ask Facebook to give you stars, and then you send those stars to TV Bakwet. Simple. Now, here is the thing. So, I looked at the video, and in my mind, I'm thinking, there is something off about this video. You see, what is off about this video is if you to land up, if you to ever ukuntunga wa upu wako, tekwenu waya upu wako wamwinoli mwina mwanga elo waya upu wako kubena monze kuchenjera you've got to be extremely careful. The reason is nephew tauchitire when that day comes bakalanda ati niwe bakakutwika fyonse niwe bakatwika ati niwe so nomba mukumona ile video namono kwa ati the Hatembos nomba namumvwa ati fyonse ati no kwipaya na wakwarefu okubepaya ne myotoka na wakwali bala ile myotoka ndalama na wakwali bala ile ndalama na mayanda and land fyonse. Now even if na wako kwena na mlandi lako iyo I think she's innocent as far as all these accusations are concerned. The only issue is kumakonga waya elo waya filufiania ni webaka wepesha na fyonse. That's why stay to your land. Tekwa kuya mkuwamia ifya kubukota fiololwa tekuya mkuwamia sana mkuwamia sana. You interfere in their own squabbles. Abe neba hichilema na the Hatembos na bakwata koka squabble aka nono. Don't interfere. Iwe kuba fie from very far webere niba bululu bali niba mulamo let them they'll sort it out. Number take kuba forefront iwe wa yatita intervene in the Hatembos. You intervene in the Hatembos no kubeba atemuluishenu you waka in the hichtema fyonse nkamipera because even when you promise them just 100 kwacha kafiasa pirivuka kuntanshi bakalanda ati no kuipaya warefo kuipaya mamone vile chiteka mulomo efyo barandiro ko batkanshi kutekanya no wiraitumpa mufya bene tafikulolesha iwe fikulolesha fyakuna konde epera ngala kutira abalungu nabena mwanga nabamambwe bareraka fyakulolesha naifwe nderaka nabena kabende baneba wesu abena kabende nangu abena ngumbo ero nomba yo wasapone namo mukola kakwesu fwebene tuletoshanya na abena kabende nangu abaunga ero iwe from nakonde webere you are going to try and no if we will fight we will make up in good time omuto walupwa tawitika wewe ulechita interfere ni wewe baka mwena mwati kanshi tamwa kwa tamano wechiwere were ni we bantu waya iposa mumalia yashayo tawishi na ine naliupa so I know my lane kwishiva lane yobe te kuya konombati kulia kwene ku Barotseland ero mwalishi ku Barotseland efe yaba impika shabako no te kuya mungu chita interfere hiyo mungu kuyalanda sana iwe shani iwe shefi litungo yu shani litunga no nangu ngabaleranda that's a family squabble kutekanya mano mleti boshan badi liliash are you sure now wanted to kill them mind kwali jupa kubuko nefe tauchitire ati ni watchitire nefe tauchitire completely innocent ayi we mwino walefu afyo kubapela 100 kwacha abati yo na maya ndali tulaya ne myoto gali tulaya no kuipaya alefu okutuipaya alefu okumipaya ati alefu okutuipaya ngachinshi chalenga mulomo wakuitumpa mumapeti squabbles ya abantu wabene baleraka. There is no big deal here. The Hatembos are quarreling with the Bururu wabo againde hichirema kukalomo. Bali kwata bene established leaders abakuba tukuti bachita intervene and resolve ka problem. Nomba yuwo mulomo ichiwa chakukona. How to allow solve? At you like women and you like children, so lefo kuya solve. Mulomo we know yomwe mulomo. Instead of encouraging community leaders, filafile infumusha abatonga, infumusha kukalomo kumazabuka kuchoma filafile shabeka likapanshi. Abati let's resolve this problem. Iyo wapone namo ati mpaka fie. Wamona nomba if you bakufie. It's very difficult to rebut that olufiengo lwaku mako. Lwadishupa. Eicho bane. Ndemye bako. Kuba very careful and stick to your lane. If you have to advise your spouse, just advise privately. Kobata. Mushimule monashani agaka problem kali kuluwapula. Nango agaga problem kali kuna konde kumbala nango agaga problem kali kukalomo te kuya itumpa mwevo ngafya chinja nati no kuipaya ni wewe walefu kuipaya iye au mwandini naleka aleni bane mleti poshan pali liliash Monet Bojan, let's try to get some comments from cadres to ministers. I have shared with you the live stream that you can use to try and contact me. Yeah. Mr. Malanji is known as Bonanza. Koenain. Musevanya sana we muntu we mukulu ishi nati Bonanza. It's pretty sad. At is a businessman. Ama helicopter a business vachita. Emwe muri nefi bala pushing ifi bala. They never dealing anama businesses yama helicopters. That's why yesterday I innocently asked naba kopuaba Malanji na balungu ero naipshanje bere bachi bomfia Malanji Airways ukuya ku Congo. Vasakala lete nidia shitumfu. Vasakala baya. At even Chandaka was Chandaka, manager of disaster management unit, he was also there because Kuri disaster. You're not telling me. I know it's Northwestern Province. Some are saying it's in Kalumbila, others saying it's in Solwezi, others saying it's in Kasempa. Anyway, whatever it is. Eko bachi wanabachanda kabwe at Kuri disaster. Office of the Vice President, Puafia San. These people are demeaning the office. Fyonse, that's why tulandira vachita vefya madongo. Ati Malanji Chipelepele teine. Efe vamuishwa kukuacha ati ni bonanza. Wafe sana. Minister of Giving Affairs. Ain. Te Foreign Affairs, ka? Yeah. Uncle Elias, the way you articulate issues, taba kwata fyama twi. Bali ao balomfwa no kukonka pano balasango apo. So mwala omfwa. I don't think Vice President Wina is going to do that again. It's extremely embarrassing. But energy nabali kwata. Extremely strong. May the Lord bless us with amajinzi yaba mama. Pantu at 80 years old. No pitana bali pitana wino distributing na Bakapokola. Actually Bakapokola could not even keep up to her speed. Much more than video. She was the one moving up and about to distributing cash. Bakapokola, those young men in uniform even got tired. They couldn't keep up because of her concern for the poor. Alaboafia. But should the MP have done in the circumstances, I didn't know that this will happen. Katwish, that's why, I think he did a don't Kuweba on Malanji. But I think Malanji knew Ukwebati, Imotoka, He probably received advice from very good lawyers like me. Because, if your friend wants to donate, I'm going to consult as a lawyer. That, don't worry. Ukabapere motoka. Panonwa. Mena bamona kwa kalimo yabo. And then if they don't do what you're asking them to do, ukaefe kuli bakapokola timbakapokola panopanganda na paluba panopanganda na paluba isuzu. Na paluba isuzu. And then they go looking for it. So he's got very good lawyers. So the only thing is, me as a advisor, so insist on cash. Guys that are regulated chimoto kakukana. At Malanji wemwa umeawe mpera kofe cash. Nango half. Because that money is completely yours. Yeah. No, Bakwet, the problem is not where she gets the money. The problem is how the children are being fed. Imagine as a parent, you get paid, then you end up giving all your money to your children. Yeah, so the problem here is that the vice president, instead they resolve these issues at home. Then without resolving the real issues that the problem that the people are faced with. Yeah. What do you call it when the dishes out the money in law? Minister of Giving. Minister of Giving Affairs. Malanji gave a Catholic priest a Benz car as a present. That's very, very bad. So that priest, at least, by checking a wino, they need to get a deed of gift. Okay? So a person can only give you property if they give you at least a gift deed, where they say, I, Joseph Malanji, na kupela kuheshima pepo, motoka Benz, out of my own heart, out of my own will, basically. That's what it means, a gift, a deed of gift, which is just a legal declaration of kwebati. Inena kupere Benz, without that deed of gift, that is what the law says. Yeah. A brand new quantum. Mr. On the money, is it not malpractice since we are heading towards, yeah. So The classical definition of malpractice is going to be when the election is actually called, right? That's why we're just saying it's corrupt at the moment. You can charge her on electoral malpractice. Yeah. The country is broke. Yes, it is. How come he hasn't distributed these Isuzu vehicles all over? Yeah. It's not true yet. That's what some people are saying. Kale bawina ufi bawina kwi ukwakupera ma Isuzu everywhere and I'm a Benz everywhere bawina kwi. That's not true. Zambia has very rich people. Nga bapera takwa bapo ati bape ukubapera benzi ukubapera kwanta mukubapera nishi wawina shani. It's a simple thing. Business has something known as taxation. Nish, how have you structured your company where your profits? So are you using it out of your profits? So you are making so much profit that you are giving vehicles worth 2 million kwacha a month. Nish, how much are you making? What sort of business is it? This idea at its business, it's a very short-sighted way. It does not make sense. There is no business where a person would be giving 2 million profits every month. Takwaba. Not even Chilanga Cement or Zambia Sugar can do that. Nishi, how much is ZRA getting out of that? Because money profit, ZRA has a share. Walipiramo workers, walipiramo and everything. Isho washalapo, a profit. Mama, I don't know if you are the owner, of course, wapoka ngama dividends ayo wapoka. Are you telling me, ukobata ayo na pama dividends apopene, epo Malanji, alef miempia, isha kushta ama Benz ayale pera bandu. This idea, it's not right. Genuine businesses in Zambia are there, but they're buying vehicles. They're buying vehicles on behalf of their companies, and then they're financing most of these vehicles. So where does Malanji get all these millions that he is now distributing? It's simple. It's money reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime. Yeah? Chipelepele analysis. Did you see Bill? It's not easy. Philanthropy is not easy because even Bill Gates, he's got to find structures through which he gives money, right? And the whole reason why he does it is because of tax implications. You don't just have money and then you begin distributing anywhere. It doesn't work like that. How much money is Malanji making every month for him to be distributing so much money? The only explanation is that Malanji, Nabanangwe, they've stolen a lot of money from the government of the Republic of Zambia, from the people of Zambia, and through all these forced infrastructure development. And then they are using that money to distribute all over. It's not business. It's not profit. It's a theft. So, Malanji Chipelepele, Bonanza, they are thieves. Kalulushi General Hospital has no scanning machine. That's exactly what has happened to our very important son of the soil, Pastor Peter Makembo, who is the chairman of the Chipelepele. And I would like to ask well wishes to try and help out. I know that Lusaka Dynamos is helping with 100,000 But he requires medical attention at UTH, and he's been asked that he's got to come up with money for him to be treated at UTH. Now, I shouldn't personalize this issue, but it goes to show you the kind of government we have. They're telling you that they're building all this infrastructure to steal. No medication, no scanning machines, nothing. Amano, nafipera. That is what is happening. Here in Winilunga, he donated a minibus to a certain local musician. Imagine. Yeah. There's no political business, and whichever model you go with, at the end of the businessman, what stands is the profit. They are not stupid, nor are they fools. Profit is there, not all can see. Sorry. Our profit is there for the vice president. Yeah. Sorry, Nshimo never ponkumbula what you were talking about here. Mike Kawiyana, last kick of the dying horse. We saw it during the Rupiah regime. What happened during voting day? Yeah. May Zambians don't vote for these. Musaleko muntu wako batalefo okutwala ekyalo pantanshi. Epela. Yeah. It's a fiefdom for sure. It's a fiefdom. I'm going to share my link again to see if there is anyone who would like to join us today in discussing this thing. Otherwise, we've dealt with very important video. Nagafuma. So to study this, at least for the first time in a long time, we were talking of videos, if you're not at video. At imperago ka video, kanshi. Kanshi ni fimbi vie. Nombagaga video tumwene. It's the vice president distributing cash. That is the video tumwene. Extremely sad situation. And imweba wina mwika wekeshapo okuchitefi. Ansonga tukomfwe ati mwa wekeshapo okuchitefi yaso. I will come back for you. Mwika wekeshapo musevanya. Wo mainonge. Mwika wekeshapo okuchitefi musevanya mwachi yachito okulero ku Northwestern Province. Tuapapata. And you minders of the vice president, please. You know, because to aseba na ko withabena lungu at makali wano. You know what I mean? Nangwaba ichabe na Malanji bakabwana. Do not put abakote abo tufirokula ebo mwabika mkufofra ntukula chitefi ya hopuba. It's extremely sad. I'm disappointed. Combat Mulengo, Alenilete Nidia, Shamutishan. Munipa Mulabasa, are you there? Oh. What is your on tidy? I make it a point that I don't talk about that gentleman. As far as I'm concerned, that gentleman is in a, you know, Mungungulu, Emonamu Posa, na kupika napo. Ero nomba nachi nancha iza chamusenda chaya muposa kuchishiala nishimulanda po yo pantu nishakwata napa kwambira, you know, so insignificant that napa kwambira ine nishakwata napa kwambira, you know what I mean? Anji that I'm a beggar lawyer at a cheeseburger. I'm a cheeseburger lawyer. That is the biggest insult you can come up with. That I'm a cheeseburger lawyer. The only problem if I ever Shirianama cheeseburgers in a you know, I'm trying to stay healthy. So Nama cheeseburgers in Shidia. Anyway. But if I were to buy a cheeseburger, it's because of my own, you know, my own hustle. Company. It's not a very big company. It's a company coffee, you know, ako mbomba kwa kanti. Kuno kwine, kuwa songo. So, kutina chita afford kwena ka cheeseburger. Nombo wafi waga kalumendo, wako na wika mungu. Kwa kwa ebati. Ayi. nangu vechitumbuwa chamaka kano aya lomba kalomba lomba kanje kuti aya every extent mufishala mwine mulya mwine emwaya mukulomba pako bati bamupere wakanono akakuishitira mwechitumbuwa. So ine nshimulanda poyo we try to stay above above petty squabbles. We stay above petty squabbles. It's time for Bali, no doubt. We want the freedom we used to enjoy under Mwanawasa. Yeah. Voma inonge muskire mwakutiseza happy kufa bantu musheleni mwami kwakwa shangwe bashemi au mwaranda mwe ivyo fine mwaranda efyo yeah kimasholita bachi pako kimasholi ta kimasholi. That's what they are. I remember her responding to Gary's questions concerning dishing out money. She said those doing it are from UPND. Yeah, how could chabe fine ba inonge wina baku UPND imam mwana kwati bakwi awa kanshi mwachira mokupepesha ba UPND kanshi nabateke kona kotumone nabo enefe bakatuchitira ba UPND elo ba UPND ngabafirwa imo mwebena Zambia mukashashana mukabika po chiwempala plan mukabika po when the UPND nabenanga mwabika po bafirwa. You've already got an alternative chiwempala plan. Yeah. Stedford Tembo is a lawyer and understands law better than you. How in Sabaida Fie? Sabaida. I don't understand anything. When one grows old, they become childish. The PF is winning. Prepare Panado in advance. Aye, it's winning. Aye. There are a lot of people that are concluding it, you feel, and it's winning. Just have free and fair elections, chap. Instead of telling people at you at let's wait for election day. Let the people choose. Number what the people are saying is that tabaref waya ba makali wanu yo. Tabaref waya ba makali wan. They don't want all these people. Tabaref waya go atikana chisungo. Atikateke kona kotumo nefyo kakateke chalo. I agree. Let's try kana chisungu nako akasha kwa tana experience. Sikaziva chintu chiri mole. Sikaziva iyae. Sikana jaire. Aba bamene baripo banajaira kudala. Vonse baziva. Mongenera, mochokera, mwakuchite fintu. Aba baripo barishiba. Niba problem maningi. Pantu baziva vochita vonse mongenera na mochokera monse baziva aba bamene baripo. So manje tieseko kana chisungu tione mwamene kaza tekera chalo kwasira osati ati ababene ati yo mgwayi bakonka niye pokuteka iyayi bonsa bene chipata bena petauke cha diza kacholola abati no sinda abati no bafuna kana chisungu kategeko akashaishi banango fimo kamene sikaziba chintu chimozi iyai ati tizaka fundi naleka kulande chinyanja ati tukaifundira fwe bene abalala bati tukaya kuifundira fwenka ebalala ati tukayaifundira fwenka akakene kana chisungu chirifye tukaya kuifundira fwenka ebalalabo Serenje and Mukush na kuchitambo tukayikuifundira fwenka everybody fwaya so kanji kubikapo oyo wino oyo wakobati tala asalapuka bwino taishibe bwino ifya kuchite fintu nokuwera pakati kabushuku tawera pakati kabushuku wakubikapo bantu tukamulanga nomba baba lipo aba ni bamakali wanu chipe shama. All right, thank you. It's been an hour. God bless you, and God bless our country. Thank you so much. Please send us stars, share the page, invite others to like our page. Again, the reason why you are liking our page is because tureva achire diba na ifwe noti mo muchidibisha afe kumatanda kuma pages ya matanda eko mwako serera kanshi page pakoba tibe ichite bwino ins kano pali amatanta mwe wa matanta yo mufwaya fwe bakoba titulanda fya ma ideas zi tashidiba nomba kumatanda na kumabere na kuli bokosi ama pages ya bokosi mwarifula. So aleni distribute this everywhere. No kubeba no nangu takwa ba matanta kuli page. It's a wonderful page. Nangu takwa ba bokos. It's a wonderful page. Distribute. Pakwa na ifo chikare chitashani chikare diva. Okay. Thank you very much, and God bless you, and God bless our country.